Alright, so I wanted to create this little tutorial video on how to graph your data in Microsoft Excel. So right now we're looking at concentration and absorbance data from your standard solutions, which you'll use for your final project. Right over here we show the concentrations, and here we have the corresponding absorbance. We can ignore the transmittance data because we're not concerned with it. Okay? So the first thing we'll do is we will transfer this data into Microsoft Excel. Right. I've already set this up so that I have concentration in column A, absorbance in column B. What you want is to have your independent variable in column A, your dependent variable in column B, and that's going to make things just a little simpler. It's not 100% necessary, but just for a quick graphing process, this is the best way to do it. So I input the concentration values. We already know what those are: 0.05, 0.1, 0.2, 0.4, and the absorbance values 0.176, 0.382, 0.730, and finally 1.318. Okay. This process is super simple. Just select any one of these squares, and then up here click the Insert tab, and then here you have the various types of charts. These are the most common types of charts. There are other possibilities, but what we want in this case is a scatter plot. Do not select a line graph. We want a scatter plot. So you click that icon, and you have 5 options, and we want this first option here. It says scatter only with markers. So you click that, and voila, it graphs the absorbance as a function of concentration. What we're really concerned with here is the equation that represents this line of points. Now you can see that the points are not perfectly linear, but they're pretty close. So the next step is to right click on any one of these points, and you want to select Add Trend Line. Okay. Now here, these are the different types of trend lines or regression types. We want a linear fit, which is already selected. Then down at the bottom of this box, we want to select set intercept equal to 0, because if we had a concentration of 0, this should be 0 absorbance. And then we also want to display the equation on the chart. This is necessary in order for us to, when you measure the absorbance of your sample, we're going to use the equation of this calibration curve in order to find the concentration of your sample. And display R squared value. The R squared value just indicates just how linear the relationship is between the independent and dependent variable. So if R squared equals 1, then that tells us that the relationship is perfectly linear. So we're looking for an R squared value that's very close to 1. And then you just simply press close, and here you see the equation that represents this line of best fit, and your R squared value is 0.9919, which is a very close linear correlation. This legend, we don't really need it because we just have a single variable. We know that this data represents the absorbance as a function of concentration. So I'm just going to delete that, and that spreads the data out into the graph in a more visually appealing way. Okay. So you see that the equation is y equals 3.3892x. Y represents the absorbance, x represents the concentration of the solution. And there you have it.